Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. We are still here with our ELO supply mission and we just left the sphere of influence of Kerbal and I set up a second maneuver node for our correction burn with a delta V of 394 meters per second to have finally an ELO encounter in 297 days. So yeah, everything is set up, everything is prepared. We now need to wait 91 days until we can do the burn. And now I want to do, before all the exciting things start to happen, I want to switch over to the Bob expedition, because just after I finished recording in the last episode, I noticed I did a horrible mistake, because it's not the Bob expedition, it's the Bob expedition with a P, because here the moon is spelled with a P, and in this case here I need to fix this, and now Dodo is sitting inside the appropriate spacecraft with the appropriate name for the target, and now everything is set up, now everything is okay. And we are still about 5 days or so away from our arrival at Eve with the Gilly expedition. And in this case here, I will do a short time warp and I will bring you back in when we are about to enter the sphere of influence of Eve. Okay, we do have a visual on Eve. Yeah, we are only a few seconds out of reaching the sphere of influence of Eve, and then the brutality of spaceflight kicks in again, because then we do have to do our aerocapture maneuver, and hopefully everything will work out well, and hopefully we can achieve what we want, because here, this is all the time quite risky when you're preparing for such a maneuver, and here, all the time, the duration of the flight up to Eve compared to the duration of having an aerocapture or anything like this is completely different, because, well, when you see, okay, I'm orbiting around the sun for now 50 days or so, no, for 37 days, and then the decision is made within a few seconds, so yeah, this is completely hard, and yeah, this is the brutality of spaceflight again, which kicks in 18 hours and 43 minutes. So yeah, I hope that my Eve periapsis of 60 kilometers is good enough to have an aerocapture and to arrive there and to be captured and not to be too deep into the atmosphere that I'm not able to leave anymore, and that I'm crashing down to the surface, because this would be bad as well. So yeah, I hope that 60 kilometers is good. And yeah, so let's do this. Let's approach Eve. Let's get closer to Eve. And okay, let's speed things up. Now everything gets excited. Well, it's not about the landing on Eve, but still, this thing is very exciting. And there we are getting closer to this purple planet. And we will have at first our flyby through the shadow of Eve. This looks beautiful. Look at this. This is really beautiful. And the sunset. Okay, this was nice. Was great. Okay, I still need the numbers to make sure that I'm retracting my solar panels at the right moment. And we will have our flyby through the atmosphere in the sunlight. This is amazing. Wow, this is a beautiful view back down. This is amazing. Look at this. This is great. This is just great. Okay, let's put these things aside. We need to make sure that we are not losing our solar panels, so let me retract them. And then everything is completely exciting, because then we need to survive somehow the aerocapture. Let me now turn retrograde. Well, I'm not quite sure if this is a good way to use our landing capsule for surviving the heat of the flyby through the atmosphere of Eve. But yeah, I think this is a good option, and I hope that the spacecraft is not turning around. And yeah, look at our velocity. We currently do have a velocity of more than 4,400 meters per second. And we are closing in, and this is just looking beautiful with the sun, with the purple atmosphere of Eve, with the oceans, and yeah, this is just great. And I'm really looking forward to land down there and to explore the surface of Eve. And here we are coming directly across the crater with our periapsis. And Oh, near the crater is our research probe Moho. I should rename the thing. This was a probe. I sent it up to Moho, then I ran out of fuel and I barely managed to get to Eve, and then I decided, okay, let's do a landing on Eve to have at least a landing on Eve to transmit some data back for the advancement in our tech tree. And yeah, so I did this and it was to some degree a success. Well, unfortunately it flipped over and was damaged a little bit, but yeah, we managed to get some data back home, and yeah, so everything went well. And yeah, now it's about for us to arrive here and to do a real landing and also hopefully a takeoff, so that we can bring back some valuable science and some surface samples and so on from Eve. And yeah, this is my main goal. And the first thing which arrives here in order to do this is our return capsule, and the capsule being used to explore even Gilly, the moon of Eve. And now, yeah, let's find out. We are now inside the atmosphere. We are already losing some velocity. And now we do have the real force, and we are experiencing the force of Eve's atmosphere. Okay, now everything comes down to these few seconds, which decide whether we are crashing down to Eve or we will establish an orbit. And I hope for the second option, that we are established an orbit and that we are not crashing to the surface of Eve, because this would be rather unfortunate and this could ruin everything we have prepared, because without our interplanetary stage we are not able to return, we are not able to land on Gilly, we are not able to do anything. And okay, now look at these fireworks. This is exciting. Okay, we are below 60 kilometers. I hope this is not putting me too much into danger. Okay, now we are climbing up again. This is great. Here is the asteroid or something that impacted on Eve. And yeah, we are now flying directly over the crater. And now I'm really hoping that I'm leaving the atmosphere of Eve again. Let me have a view out here. Here, Eve apoapsis is decreasing. Let's keep fingers crossed that we are leaving Eve again and that we are not crashing down. This would be really unfortunate if we are then crashing down. Come on, descend, come on, descend. This would be so bad. Okay, the re-entry effects are reducing. This is good. This is good. It's not so fiery anymore. And we still have an apoapsis above the atmosphere. This is good. This is good. And I think everything seems to have worked well. Okay, the re-entry effects are almost over. This is great. So, hopefully our first, the robotic mission seems to have survived. This is amazing, this is great. This is really great. And no, I do not think about landing next to my research probe, my Moho research probe, or now the Gilly lander. No, I want to land somewhere else on the planet, because I don't think that on the one hand it's really complicated to have a precise landing next to this probe, and on the other hand, even if I miss it, I have to walk all the distance because I do not have a rover attached to my Eve lander. And yeah, in this case, I think no, I do not want to attempt to have a landing next to it. I'm more thinking about having a landing somewhere else on the purple planet to even also discover some maybe other rock formations or anything like this. Okay, now we have left the atmosphere of Eve. This is good. And yeah, we managed it. We managed to have an orbit around Eve. We got captured by Eve. And now the next point is on our flight plan to... Let me see, add a maneuver node up here, because now we need to raise our periapsis to maybe Eve's atmosphere is I think 90 kilometers. Was it 90 kilometers? Let me raise my Eve periapsis to maybe 100 kilometers. 107. Okay, I think I will do it on my own. 99,900. Okay, this is good. This is good. I think at this point, when I'm arriving there, I will do a short burn to raise my periapsis to 100 kilometers, so that I'm not going through the atmosphere again, and then the thing can remain there and orbit around until we landed on the surface of Eve, and we have to think about our rendezvous. Until this time, this spacecraft can remain in let me just turn. Yeah, let me turn towards the maneuver node. This thing can remain in the parking orbit, and even if this is an eccentric parking orbit, this is not so dramatic right now, because we do not want to rendezvous right now with it. It just have to remain there, and later on we can do all the adjustments. Okay, now 12 minutes 40 seconds. Let me do a quick time warp, so that we are getting to our apoapsis. Maybe I'll land somewhere over there in this, on this huge continent of Eve. This could be interesting. But and I also want to land in the sunlight, of course. Okay, let me enable the numbers. Okay, right now, and now let's aim prograde, and let's throttle up to increase our Eve periapsis to about 100 kilometers, because I'm thinking about doing the rendezvous on 100 kilometers, so it's good when at least our periapsis is already at this altitude. And let's finish this 100 kilometers and 188 meters. This is good enough. This is good enough. Okay. So yeah, we get it. We managed it. We are captured by Eve. We are orbiting around Eve with our Gilly lander, and everything, well, not everything, is prepared for our rendezvous. We need to lower our apoapsis later on, but here the first part is done. And now the next thing on our to-do list for this episode is the next correction burn for one of our Julian Moon expedition spacecrafts. And then the Eve lander will arrive, and this gets even more exciting, and I think this will get even more laggy, because then we do have to fight with all with the huge amount of parts, and even with a re-entry effect. So I think this will be quite spectacular, so we will see, we will see. Let me now do a short time warp and bring you back in with the correction burn. Okay. Here we are, this time with Optop and Handler. So this is a mission going up to Lace and to Wall. And yeah, they now have their correction burn. It's just a tiny correction burn. Let me just see what the burn is doing. Well, currently, oh, look at this. It's changing a little bit the orientation, so that they are coming directly to Joule, and will this be... Oh, it will also create a... Let me see, a Joule periapsis of 358 kilometers, so this is much closer to the atmosphere. This is nice, and it requires only a very gently burn of about 66 meters per second. This is amazing. Okay, in this case, let me do this. Let me throttle up. And okay, whoa, this takes longer than I anticipated. But here, on full throttle, we can do this within 20 seconds, so this is very good. And Optop and Handler are happy, and I don't know, they are probably playing some games over a network connection through the interplanetary stage or anything like this, because they do not have the capability to share the same room while they're flying up to Joule. Maybe I should have added such a hitchhiker storage container so that they can share the same room, but here I decided not to do so. And so everyone is sitting in their very own spacecraft. And now, okay, look at this. Let me wait. I want to focus view. Okay, I think when I'm doing the last 2.4 meters per second, the trajectory should hopefully switch around. Let's find out. Let's do it very gently. Yeah, the trajectory is switching. This is good. This is exactly what I hoped for. And 0.4, 0.2, 0.1. Let's stop here. Let's get rid of the maneuver node. Joule periapsis. Okay, this is very good. Wait, maybe I can do a gently... Okay, like here. and the last few kilometers I have to change, I will do shortly before entering, or maybe even in sphere of influence of Joule. I think this should be easy to be done, to change it to get through the atmosphere of Joule, so I think this should be no problem at all. And yeah, okay, the next mission is about to be prepared for the arrival at a celestial body, so yeah, Optop and Handler are happy. And now, speaking of the arrival at celestial bodies, it's time to arrive with the Eve lander at Eve, and yeah, I'm really excited about this because, yeah, this is one of the most exciting missions, apart from the landing on Tylo and the return from Tylo, but Eve is really, really heavy, and so I'm really excited about this, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope I'm doing it in the right way, so in the way that how I have to treat this prestigious mission to land on Eve. And yeah, in this case, let's do this. Okay, here we are. The Eve lander is in the vicinity of Eve, and we are shortly before reaching the sphere of influence of Eve. And yeah, we made it. We are there. And now the most difficult parts start to happen, because at first we need to get captured by Eve with an aerocapture, and then we need to survive somehow the landing, because, well, we do have some parachutes and so on, but on the other hand we are still having quite or we do have a high mass of our lander, and yeah, in this case we need to make sure that not our engines are breaking, are on contact or with the surface, or that our landing gear is breaking or anything like this. So yeah, this is really the challenge. And then of course the real moment of truth is when we want to take Earth, and when we want to re-establish an orbit around around Eve. And yeah, this is so... Why research probe Moho? No. I want now to Gilly expedition set as target. Because how can I change somewhere out there in 2 hours? Maybe I want to change just a little bit our inclination, so that we are maybe coming into the same orbital plane as our lander. Unfortunately, we do not have any marks here to see this, but maybe like this also. This could make it a little bit easier. And then, where is my planned periapsis? It's hard to see which of the many periapsis is now my planned maneuver periapsis. Okay, but at first, to do this inclination change, which is quite important, because I want to be in the same orbital plane as my Gilly lander, because later on I have to rendezvous with it, and when I'm doing the rendezvous, when I'm doing the takeoff or liftoff from the surface of Eve, I want to be already aligned with my Gilly lander, so that I do not have to do a lot of inclination changes in order to do the rendezvous. No, I want to be already aligned with it. In this case, let me prepare to be in the same orbital plane. And yeah, okay, the burn is coming up in 2.5 hours, so we can do a short time warp to be ready to do so. Okay, and let's stop right now. Okay, let's see what we are doing here. I hope everything is working as planned. Yeah, okay, the trajectory is shifting. This is good. This is really good. I think I can speed up a little bit more the burn. This is looking amazing. And... okay, let's stop here. Very good. So, wait, let me not research probe. I want to unselect the Gilly expedition. Okay, unset target. So, my periapsis is currently 73. I want to reduce this. So, I assume I need to slow down. In this case, let me turn with the huge spacecraft to the retrograde vector or to the retrograde marker. because I want to lower it to what I had before, the 62 kilometer periapsis, so that I am coming through the atmosphere of Eve and get an aerocapture, hopefully, without being too low, so that I'm getting directly a landing trajectory. Okay, and now here, as planned, we are reducing the periapsis. This is great, this is exactly what I wanted, and now I want to reduce it to 62 kilometers. Okay, let me speed up a little bit. 67, 66, 65, 64, 63, and 62. Okay, like this. I think this is good. I hope we are almost in the same orbital plane as the Gilly lander, but we will find out when we are in orbit around Eve. Okay, now we have a sight or a visual on Eve, and now we can do a little bit of a time warp to have hopefully the same beautiful view of the sunset at Eve, or in a trajectory around Eve, as we did before with our Gilly lander. Let me slow down a bit so that I'm not overshooting. And okay, where is the sun? There's the sun, there's Eve. I want to see again such beautiful view, so let me now slow down a bit more. And okay, let's slow down even more. I think this is too much of a slowdown. Maybe 10 times. 10 times is good. And disable the interface. Yeah. Wow. This is cool, I like Eve. I really like Eve. Okay, and now I need to make sure that I'm also very well prepared to and ready to retract my solar panels before I enter the atmosphere and I'll lose them. This would be really unfortunate. In this case, let me see, where are my solar panels? They're out there. And let me retract this one, and where's the last one? Over here, I guess? Here, retract panel. Okay. So now we are getting closer to the atmosphere. This is quite interesting. Let me now aim for the retrograde vector, and you see every movement, every use of my reaction wheels is really using my electric charge, because, well, I have retracted now the solar panels and I'm in the shadow of Eve. In this case here, I'm really using my charge. Okay, now we are inside the atmosphere, and I do not want to do the physical time acceleration because I do have a very huge ship, and I am in the fear that the thing will break apart when I'm using the physical time acceleration, and this would be not what I want. So we can more enjoy the approach towards the surface and towards the thicker parts of the atmosphere. And look at this, how the color of the atmosphere is changing. We are starting with a light green and we are getting over to a yellow, and I think later on we will change back to purple. So this is so beautiful, Now we have also some orange colors, and now we are getting more and more to the purple. This is just amazing, this is great. And I'm also really looking forward to see the re-entry effects, because I think this... Okay, now the re-entry effects are starting, because this disc-shaped lander, I think it will have a very nice shape when it's completely in fire and engulfed in the flames. So yeah, I think this is pretty amazing. And yeah, let's enjoy this. Okay, we are now doing the aero braking, and I'm really excited to see later on. Let me zoom a little bit in. Okay, we are turning. I like to see the sunrise, and okay, I'm down to 6 to 7 frames per second. So yeah, this is really again a challenge for my poor computer. And yeah, look at this. Now we have even the sunrise, and we have the re-entry effects and the purple atmosphere. This is just amazing. This is so beautiful. This is great. Okay, this is cool. I like this a lot. Okay, so we are slowing down, and yeah, look at this, and this is just beautiful. Okay, I'm really amazed by this. This is great. And what are we doing? Okay, we are definitely captured now by Eve, and I hope we are not too deep inside the atmosphere, so that we still will have an apoapsis above the atmosphere of Eve. And we are still descending. We are now at 63 kilometers. And slowly the rate of descent is decreasing. This is good. This is a good indication that we hopefully will start to ascend again and to leave the thicker parts of the atmosphere, because now we are captured and this is all we wanted. And here, in this case, this is just amazing. This is great. Okay, I think at least, or well, given the fact that we are hopefully will be leaving the atmosphere of Eve again and will not now do the landing right away, we completed the first challenge of our landing on Eve, because then we are captured by Eve. And then, yeah, the next challenge will be the landing and hopefully also the surviving of the landing, because, well, this is the most important thing when we are coming down with this heavy lander. We need to make sure that we probably use our engines to slow us down even more, because I do not think that all the parachutes are enough to slow us so much down that our landing legs and also our engines will survive. And I can't risk this, because I do need every component of my Eve lander to return later on back to space. Okay, and now we are starting to ascend again. And yeah, this is really slowly. Look at the time. How long does it take to complete 1 second? I'm talking so much time, and I'm talking about so much things while 1 second is passing. So yeah, this is really slow, as all the effects are calculated for my Eve lander. And what are we doing? We are still having an apoapsis. This is great. This is really great. Okay, we are now about to leave the atmosphere, hopefully. This is great. This is really great. And yeah. Then, let me just check. What is our trajectory doing? I think I pretty much eyeballed it quite nicely. Let me... No, not switch to. Let me set it as a target. We are only 1.4 degrees off. This is good. This is really good. Okay, this is amazing. And then, of course, we need to raise again our Eve periapsis later on, so that we are not doing our landing right away. No, at first we need to make sure that we are spotting, or we are choosing the right landing area, because while we are still inside the atmosphere, it would be really dangerous to try to land somewhere here, because yeah, you see, this is almost like trying to land on Lays, because there are only a few islands and a lot of ocean is going around. So I would prefer more to land currently in the shadow of Eve, on the more yeah, maybe around here, even at the position where I'm currently flying at. Look at this, here's a lot of landmass. This would be a good position to land on, but not to try to land on here, on the islands. This would be really dangerous. No. Okay, so I think I will also need to wait a little bit until the rotation of Eve has returned the landmass towards the sun, so that I can do a landing in the daylight, because this is all I want to do. And yeah, what are we doing now? Okay, the re-entry effects have stopped and we are almost out of the atmosphere. This is good. And what is our apoapsis doing? We are currently at an Eve apoapsis of 1000 kilometers and still decreasing. So this is really amazing. This is amazing. We did a great job, hopefully. And yeah, so down there somewhere should be a good landing spot. So I just need to wait from a landing attempt that these land masses are facing towards the sun. As I said, I want to see what I'm doing. And especially I need the sun to recharge my batteries after the landing. And yeah, okay, what is the... We are below 1000 kilometers and we are almost out of the atmosphere. This is very good. This is really good. Okay, 87 kilometers. I want to wait for the 90 kilometer mark, because then we are definitely out of the atmosphere. And this is all I want. Okay, now we are out of the atmosphere, so this means at first we can extend our solar panels again without the danger of losing them. Let me do this. Where's the next one? Over here. Extend, and... I'm missing one. Over here, okay. Extend panels. Very good, very good. Okay, now our batteries should be recharging by now. And the first thing is, at the apoapsis, I want to raise my periapsis to 95. No, I want to have it a little bit higher. 98. and 106. 106 is good enough. And then I think about doing an inclination change. Okay, this is just a tiny burn of 36 meters per second. This is easy to be done, hopefully. Well, wow, it says an estimated burn of 33 seconds, okay. Okay, we will see, we will see. Yeah, like now. Okay, I'm aligned with my maneuver node. Let me do a short time warp, 20 minutes to go. And yeah, landing down there could be pretty dangerous. No, I want to land on a landmass. And yeah, then is also the question, should I try to aim for very high spots? Or should I aim... Well, I think my lander should be more powerful enough so that I might be even able to do the lift off from sea level. But yeah, every meter of altitude I can achieve by landing on a higher part of Eve's surface is beneficial for my ascent. Okay, but now it's about to do the burn to raise our periapsis so that we are not flying again through the atmosphere. Okay, this is also looking amazing. The whole planet fits into the screen. This is great. This is really great. And I'm really excited to land down there, to land down on the purple planet and to do some science and to do some experiments and even to return back with the surface sample because, well, this is the real challenge of Kerbal Space Program. But on the other hand, I already talked about this as I began with the Eve expedition, that due to the fact you need so much of Delta V to leave this planet again, the landers aren't looking so great and aren't looking so cool like other landers. In this case, yeah, I think this is a nice challenge, but I don't think that I really want to do this quite often because, yeah, as I said, I have also some requirements for the design of my spacecraft, and I'm not really happy with the design of this spacecraft because, well, this is just a bunch of fuel tanks and engines and so on, but yeah, it will do its job, hopefully. Okay, 0.2 and no inclination at all. This is good, this is good. 56.8 meters per second burn. Okay, let me search for the maneuver node. I have the slight feeling that I'm turning into the wrong direction. Yes, I am, but down there, over there is a maneuver node. This is good. Let's turn toward the right direction. Okay, 52 seconds for my burn, and then everything is prepared. Then I only need to wait for the alignment of the landmass of Eve to do the burn so that I lower my periapsis again, and I will then enter the atmosphere again and will be slowed down and finally perform the landing, hopefully. Okay, another 11 minutes to go with time warp, so let me do this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Almost overshot, but we managed to do so. Okay, full throttle again. Can we have an IVA? Do we see? Yeah, we see a little bit of Eve. Well, we see a lot of fuel tanks, and down there a little bit greenish from the atmosphere of Eve. Yeah, but we have an IVA on Eve. Okay, let me just turn toward the marker. Like here, very good, very good. Okay, we have a short visual on Eve. And here, so everything is set up for, well, not set up for the landing. What do we need to do? Wait, I'd like to know. We have still 23 seconds to go. Get permission to use ship. Turn off oven. Check for missing parts. Oh, this is important. Tighten loose screws. Also important. Sit in chair. Turn on chip. Something. It's hard to see. Ship. Batteries. Systems, I guess. Okay, I need to focus here on my burn before I continue reading the checklist, which could be quite important for all the next step or for all the upcoming steps. Okay, and cut the engine. So what have we done? 0.1. very good. Point 1. This is good, so we are well aligned, and our Eve periapsis is above the atmosphere. Okay, so everything is prepared. The only thing we now need to do is to wait a little bit that Eve rotates around, and then we can think about doing our landing by reducing our periapsis. And then we are getting through the atmosphere again, and then we will do the landing. And yeah, so I'm happy about this. Because now we are experiencing once more the sunset. This is also amazing. And with these beautiful pictures, I like to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode when we continue with our Eve expedition, and when we probably will do the landing on Eve, which is pretty exciting, I guess. In this case, yeah, until next time, my name is Abby. See you!